Good day, everyone. Welcome and to Merry Meet. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. We have a number of new subscribers, and I'm so keen on that. Blessed Beltane to everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday, whether you are doing something as simple as lighting a single candle, having a bonfire with family and friends, and a lot of singing and dancing, I hope. But I'm going to share with you today just a very simple thing that I'm doing for Beltane today, and I'll probably do a few others. I am planting my herb garden, and I'm going to just kind of explain it a little bit all to you, and I hope that you watch through the end of the video. I will be giving a couple of recommendations if you are new to herbs, or if you are maybe wanting to take it a little bit further. I'll give you some recommendations. But without further ado, let's plant this Beltane magical herb garden. So I'm going to start with sage here. This is from the element of fire. Now, this is not the same as sacred white sage, which you would typically burn, but this can be used in a pinch. This is all about spells using balance, wisdom, immortality, and abundance. And I have some basil here that I'm not sure if y'all remember, but I made cucumber basil water, and it was just so quenching and delicious. But this is from the fire element. It is very good to mix in with some of your moon water. This all has to do with wealth and prosperity, purification, and of course peace. This is excellent. Like I said, I mixed this with cucumber and moon water, but this is excellent for indigestion. So this is excellent to consume for your skin. So I have some oregano too. I'm going to be using this for my magic and my cooking, but this is the air element. This is all about happiness, using it for your psychic powers. This is for your dreams. And oregano oil is excellent as an antibiotic before you can get to an appropriate healthcare provider. It's going to be beautiful. I have some plain English thyme, and this is the water element. This is excellent in spell work that has to do with nightmares, sleep. This is all about having courage. But for me, thyme is all about manifestation and money. But it has components that relax your nervous system and help quiet your mind. So you crush a few sprigs, tuck them into a sachet, and place them under your pillow for good sleep. And I have some parsley here, the air element. This parsley is all about gratitude, protection, and cleansing. And of course, what herb garden wouldn't be complete without rosemary, fire element, banishments, bindings, focus, and mental clarity. Now, I have made rosemary infused oil. I use this oil, and I've made beard balms before, and things like that. So rosemary is excellent to infuse in some oil and make your own products. So good for your hair. And of course, I have some lavender here, and lavender has to do with the air element. It's of course calm, tranquility, healing, harmony. With a lavender, you can not only use the flowers, but also any stems that are left. I use these when they are dried, to burn in my cauldron to make peace black salt. So you can, if you have a small area like this, you can treat how you're going to be planting as a living altar. You have abundance, you have love, protection, dreams, and all of the different aspects here. And I'm going to put this over here, so this will be spilling over the side. And I'll also be adding a small element here. You don't have to do that. You can just leave it as it is and, you know, come out and meditate, maybe make a few cuttings. Of course, ask first, you know, how's, you know, as unusual as it sounds, yes, talk to your plants, touch them, give them a little love, a little extra love, and let them know, you know, yeah, you know, there is actually someone that genuinely cares. But I'm going to add a small little altar here for the Fae here. I feel comfortable doing so because I know I'm not moving. And once you start kind of working with the Fae and giving them offerings, then it's something you don't want to stop doing. Okay, so if you're in a temporary situation, but you know, you don't need a very large or small area like this. If you have just one simple plant that you want to, you know, kind of, I don't know, it sounds as unusual as it sounds, to commune with and, you know, infuse your feelings on, then that's perfect. And if you want to go really big scale, that's even better. But I can see my lavender, even though I haven't planted, is already starting to bloom. I am so excited. And there is my girl Maybelle. She joined us for the video today. Now, I have had this lemon balm, wow, probably about 6 years. I had it for several years in a container in Nashville. I moved it here and it was still in a container, and I finally said, you know, I've got to cut this girl loose. And so this is probably about a 7-year-old repeat plant, but oh my goodness, lemon balm is one of those things that just keeps giving, and it is like a multi-use herb. I have here, if I can get it right in camera, I make lemon balm tincture. When I feel like, you know, like my nerves are feeling jangled or I'm a little upset or something, I take 1 dropper full of this at bedtime, and it does help me to relax and sleep. It's also really, really good. I've made it into, you know, a salve. If you have, you know, fever blisters for your lips, things like that, lemon balm is excellent. But overall, lemon balm is excellent for creativity, money, success, and healing and emotional support. It definitely will help you relax. And I'm really kind of ready to get started, but the one thing that I want to share with y'all that I'm going to do is I was gifted this quartz crystal point from Tennessee, and it was gifted to me, and I am just going to absolutely poke it right down in here for the season. So this is kind of the fairy lights that I have in mind to replace those others. I think y'all remember it. It looks like I need to show it a little bit of love. And today I also planted some zinnias right down here. I think you can see my little friend. And my black hollyhock is coming up, and I'm so keen about that. And my little protector. And I am back and have successfully planted everything. I've mulched everything. I've actually added a few little pieces here and there I added some wood, a little light. Now this light I bought, I thought it would look great. I don't like it at all. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out tomorrow and buy like a strand of like little tiny rice lights that are solar, and you know, just kind of lay it around. I think that'll look a lot better. But I have a little shallow pond here with some stones in there, so if a hummingbird or, you know, gosh, a frog maybe, or you know, whoever wants to come by for a sip, and everything is looking really great. I think it's looking really great, and so I'm really pretty thrilled with it. But you know, I just want to say, you know, no matter where you are in this world, if you have a small apartment or a very, very big house, you can celebrate quietly or in a very big way. But since Beltane is a fire festival, it is a great time for a bonfire if you have that luxury. If you have an outdoor fireplace like the goddess has blessed me with, or if you want to just light a very simple anointed candle and have a little small pot of thyme or whatever that you want. But a simple candle will work. You know, Beltane is a time to celebrate, to sing, to dance, and I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of that happening. But if you can, and I hear one of my dear friends moving about, but if you can, outdoors, create an outdoor altar like I've done here. You can decorate it with anything you like that is, you know, found and inspired by nature. Feathers, rocks, pine cones, you know, actually you name it, and as long as it's nature inspired, then have your a little altar and celebrate quietly or in a bigger way. But right now, today, we are at a waxing moon. So now, and it doesn't necessarily have to be today, but from now on is the time to take action towards fulfilling your goals. A waxing moon encourages above ground growth like we have here. So whether it is leaves or flowers or stems, like the stems I mentioned for my lavender, burning it for a black salt, anything above ground, now is a perfect time to start planting it. And a waxing moon is now a perfect time to start planting my seedlings. And my vegetable seedlings, are down here. I have a lot of squash, tomatoes, and peppers. And I did plant a few, I think you can see a few flowers here. I think you can. And a little bit of red because I always think of the hummingbirds. But I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. And I'll have a few more thoughts. So as you can see, I did get my magical herb garden planted, and I'll try to show you what I've done is I did take those lights out. I just, you know, I thought they were going to be deeper. I didn't realize the solar panel was like, you know, where it was. But I am going today to get some of those fairy lights. But I think you can see I've got a little bit of water for butterflies or hummingbirds. I'm hoping hummingbirds will come by. And one of my favorite pieces of wood. And yeah, so it's working out really, really well. Very well. I've got my seedlings down here. I think you can see that I need to plant today. But And this video was just simply to inspire everyone. And, you know, as I said before, a simple candle, maybe put on a little music, a little dancing, yes, even if you have to dance by yourself and like no one's watching, because I always do, or singing or what have you. But a couple of books. Now, if you are really new or relatively new, I can definitely recommend this book. This is the Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. This is by Cunningham, and these have really good ideas and inspirations. You can see there's illustrations, really not photos, but there's illustrations, and this is highly recommended if you are beginning and you just want a quick, like a really quick alphabetical herb lookup. It's wonderful. Now, if you have been, like me, dealing with herbs for a good long while, and I do love my herbs, that's my go-to, first and foremost, is making plant medicine. This is not a magical component, but this is slightly more advanced. And there you go. I know I included one of these in one of my giveaways, and I'm hoping that they're enjoying it. But yeah, this just takes it just a lot further. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions, not that I know it all, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And with that, I will say, blessed Beltane. I'm so excited. Merry part, and I hope to marry me again. Goodbye.